Kaylin Lawrence here with Africa International House, and today we are interviewing Miss Adodo. Can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yes, hello. My name is Adodo Robinson, and I am a licensed hairstylist and also a makeup artist.
That's awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about what got you started in the makeup artistry and hairstyling industry?
Well, I grew up with my sister, and I just kind of learned how to do hair because my mom couldn't really do our hair, and I grew interest in doing hair, so I started doing it professionally once I got older. And I've been doing hair now for about 20 years. Now, as far as the makeup, I started doing the makeup artistry about a year ago because I figure it kind of goes both, hand in hand, hair and makeup. So it helped me brand myself a little bit more. If that makes sense.
Yes, that's definitely something that's very true. Hair and makeup artistry do go hand in hand.
They sure do.
Can you tell us a little bit about what kind of work you're doing for Africa International House?
So yes, I'm super excited to be part of African International House. About a week, was it about a week or two ago? I actually helped with the fashion show preview at the
Yes.
Daily Plaza for the upcoming African International, no, African Art Festival, August 20th. So my team and I will be doing hair and makeup for that. That is actually this coming up Saturday, and then the following week we will be having the Africa International. Why am I keep messing this up? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. So it would be for the African art.
Yes. This upcoming
Yes.
Saturday would be the gala,
The gala is coming
and
up this
then the
Saturday.
festival after that.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm nervous. Sorry.
It's fine. We actually have some pictures from
Yes.
the preview that you guys did, so we're gonna go ahead and show those.
Okay. Oh yes, so that was 2 weeks ago at the Daily Plaza, and I had the opportunity to do hair and makeup for the models. It was very exciting.
Wow, it looks like you did a pretty good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Here is the next picture. The next one. Wow, that's a beautiful shot.
Thank you, and it's a beautiful
Yes.
collection too.
It is.
I'm excited for Saturday. It's gonna be great.
I am as well. There is you with Miss
With Miss
Felicia Prey.
Felicia, yes, ma'am.
Yes.
We were representing.
Wow, these are some really nice pictures. And then there's a group
Thank you.
photo.
Yeah, that's a group photo with the organizers and everybody that is in charge of the African Art Festival. So it was great.
Wow, I'm glad to hear that it was such a success.
Yeah.
Are there any other upcoming projects that you have going on?
As of right now, no. I'm just super excited to be part of the events that are coming up and to represent Africa and to be able to just do what I love to do the hair and the makeup for the African Festival of Art.
That's so good. I'm so glad that you
Thank you.
brought that up.
Thank
Do you think, no problem, do you think that it's important that people of color stick together for other people of color when it comes to entrepreneurs and businesses?
Actually, I do believe that it is good for us to stick together because together we are stronger. That's what I
Yes.
believe. This is not to say that we are cutting out everybody else. It's just our core has to be stronger in order to step out there and compete with everybody else.
Yes,
That's how I feel.
I agree. That makes sense. So, would you say that there's any advice that you would give to aspiring hairstylists, makeup artists, anyone in the fashion and beauty industry who are just starting out?
Yes, definitely. I have to say that I've come a very long way. As I started doing hair, it was a little bit harder for me to not be perfect because we always think that we have to be perfect in everything that we do. But really, what I have learned being in this industry is that when you give your best and you are focused and dedicated, people will welcome you with open arms. So it's not so much about perfection, but more so about persistence and saying what you mean and do what you say. If that makes sense.
Yes,
If that makes sense.
yes, I understand what you mean. So, would you say that it's necessary to go to school or be taught for makeup artistry? Obviously, hair is something different, but for makeup artistry.
Right. I would say yes, and I also elaborate a little bit why I'm saying yes. Before I started doing the makeup, I really have no idea how to do anything about makeup. I barely put makeup on myself. I kind of got pushed into this because I had a client that only wanted me to do her makeup for her wedding. So I kind of have to go and learn the principle of what to do and what not to do. Could you be naturally talented and do the makeup artistry job? Of course you can be. Is it better to get educated on the do's and don'ts? Yes, because if you start doing makeup on yourself, you perfect your own face.
Yes,
You can perfect your own face. When you come in front of a challenge, if you don't have the basic knowledge of what to do and what not to do, you will lose focus, you will lose yourself, and you will get frustrated. And I would truly suggest, and yes, that's a yes for that. Yes, from my experience, I would definitely say yes.
I think that that's a great answer because when it comes to makeup artistry, like you said, you can perfect your own face, but working on different face shapes, skin types, different people have different preferences. It's something that you have to get used to.
That is true.
And sometimes the way I figure it, you can practice something as a hobby and then you could love it, but then when it turns into a job, you might not like it anymore. Because I know that when I did my training for makeup artistry for a very brief period of time, I only did it for maybe a month and a half, like at an actual department store, and then I freelanced a little bit after that because I realized that makeup artistry was not for me, and that I enjoyed more so like fashion, more so business. But it's still a nice hobby. So it is good to go to school.
It is good to go to school, and like you said, you realize where your love is, and you maneuvering towards that. Sometimes we get caught up in maybe the money that we are making doing certain things that we force ourselves to continue, and then the results start lacking because you are forced to do something that you no longer love, and it shows in your work. So, yeah,
that's definitely true. Now, when it comes to hair school, obviously you have to be licensed for that.
Yes, definitely. When you decide to do chemicals, it is definitely crucial that you do go to hair school, cosmetology school, and that you finish all the hours that you do go take your license and grow from there. I'm not saying that cosmetology school would teach you everything, but it would teach you the do's and the don'ts and how to fix the don'ts.
Yes.
That's what you need as a foundation, and you build onto that. Because once I left hair school, my first client that I had outside of the hair school, I almost broke down crying. I had to call my teacher.
No.
I had to call my teacher at school because what you learn during your time at school is different than being on your own and in a hair salon, because you don't feel like you have that security of a teacher that would just step up and say, hey, you're doing it wrong, and whisper in your ears. You on your own. You have to figure it out on your own. And yes, I did break down and call her, and she told me it happens to the best of us. And from there, I just started taking classes to better myself and to advance my knowledge and stay knowledgeable about the new trends in the industry.
I think that was definitely smart because for a while when I was younger, I thought about going into the hair industry. But then I realized that just like what we said about perfecting your own face, I had learned how to take care of my hair the way I like taking care of my hair, my siblings' hair, my friends' hair, but not like people in general. Like there were certain hair textures that I was just not comfortable working with. And I
Mm-hmm.
knew that if I went to school, I would have to learn how to, cater to everybody. So
Yes.
I personally was just not up for that challenge, but I think it's great for people who are.
Yes, and that's when you go back to you have to love what you do and be able to do it without pay. That
Mm-hmm.
helps you stay consistent and on top of your game because you don't feel like you have to do it to make money. It's good, don't get me wrong. I love what I do and I love being paid for what I do.
Yes.
But I would also love to do it if it ever comes that I don't get paid for it. And I think
Yes.
that's what keeps me going.
Yes.
Yes.
I agree because when it comes to blogging and social media, that's something I started out doing as a labor of love, a product of passion,
Mm-hmm.
so to speak. I blogged for 3 years without being paid just because it was fun. And then
That's what
eventually,
it is.
eventually I built up a following, was able to get paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I'm sure with hair, and as I know from experience with makeup, you don't come right off the back with clientele. You have to
No,
build that
you
up.
don't. Yes, you definitely have to build that up. And for all the inspiring makeup artists and hairstylists out there, let me let you know that as good as you are and as good as you think that you are, once you leave school, in order for you to build a clientele, it's not going to come overnight. So be
Mm-hmm.
patient, be consistent, show up at work. Even
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have a client on your book, show up for work, promote yourself, talk about what you do, where you work, even if it means you have to do a couple of hairstyles for free or at
Mm-hmm.
a discount price, go outside, network, talk to people, do their hair, do their makeup, and let them help you promote yourself because it really doesn't matter how good you are if people don't know how good you are. And they have to see your work
Mm-hmm.
in order to trust that you are good.
That's
All
true.
right. And then
Yes.
when you get the clientele, be professional, be friendly, show up on time, and you will keep and grow your clientele from there.
That's definitely true. So, would you say that when it comes to working with hairstyling, I know that sometimes it's like different types of pay rates. Like you have commission, then you have like hourly, then you have like freelance.
Mm-hmm.
Which would you say is best for someone who's just starting out?
Yeah, I
Or
would
does it
say,
matter?
just starting up, definitely I would say commission. Do not do bullfront because you don't have the clientele yet to give you a revenue consistently in order for you to pay your bullfront. So commission is a good way to get started because most of the time the hair salon or the business will provide you with products and they will also promote you, and while you in the business in the hair salons you will grow your clientele by getting walk-ins or from other hairstylists that are in there. If they are too busy, they may let you do their clients, and just from their clients seeing you in the business, seeing your work, they will refer people to you because they see your work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the goal is to be seen and to be recognized. And you cannot do that if you are in suite. I know those hair salon suites are really popular and they are
Mm-hmm.
good, but they are good for hairstylists that already have a consistent clientele base. That's what I. So definitely commission, or if not commission, maybe do an internship first in a
Mm-hmm.
hair salon and just go out there, work with the existing hairstylist, even if you start off as a shampoo assistant or chemical assistant. So basically, if the hairstylists are busy or too busy, they will let you apply the relaxer, the chemicals, rinse them out, and prep their clients for them. And you get paid like that too. They will also give you a little bit more experience and more confidence that you
Mm-hmm.
can go out on your own and make it happen, like I said, because coming straight out of hair school, you do know something, but you don't know it all.
That's true. Some things you have to learn from experience.
Correct.
So, speaking of experience,
Yes, ma'am.
what would you say was your most beneficial experience working in the beauty industry? Like, what did you learn from that you would never take back?
Wow. I am not sure if it has anything to do with my actual job, but I have learned my strength. I have learned that I am stronger than I believe or that I thought I was, being in this industry and dealing with different type of personalities, different ethnicities and background. It definitely helped me grow.
That's a
Yes.
beautiful answer. Wow. So, would you have any advice for entrepreneurs in general? Not necessarily beauty, but just
Okay.
entrepreneurs in general. Because I know you have a lot of experience.
Well, thank you. In far as was starting a business.
Yes.
Okay.
Or just being successful.
Oh wow, thank you.
You.
That means thank you. Definitely research.
Yes.
Research is key. Research is key. And to be persistent in what it is
Mm-hmm.
that you want to do. So you have to do the research first and see whether or not the product service that you want to bring is needed in the community that you are, and if there is a possibility of you even growing in the community that you are. And once you do that research and see that yes, I can, this the service or product is needed, once once you start going, don't stop. Don't
Mm-hmm.
overthink the next step. Don't wait to get everything in a row and then say, okay, now I'm going to open the business. Sometimes it's really one step at a time, one day at a time. You
Mm-hmm.
just, you go one day at a time. That's
That's
what I
true.
would say.
That's some good advice.
Thank
You're welcome. I can definitely relate to, research. Like, researching is definitely something you need to do
you. Yes.
before you just up and start a business because, as we just talked about, you could
Mm-hmm.
love doing something as a hobby, but that does not make it a business. Some things are just meant to stay a hobby for certain people.
Correct.
If you don't love to do that, you know, if you wouldn't do it for free, like on a
Mm-hmm.
regular basis, not just every now and then. If
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't do it for free on a regular basis, then don't try and make a business out of it. And that's why it's very important, I think, like you said, to research and get to know a little bit about business so that you
Mm-hmm.
don't just, jump into something you're not ready for.
Exactly. And then also to speak on that, do the research and network.
Yes,
Truly
networking, yes.
network, because the networking and a group of like-minded people around you will help push you forward and help you grow. Like I said, when I started the business, I wanted to do hair. I knew how
Mm-hmm.
to do hair, and that's what I wanted to do. But being in the business and networking, talking to other business owners that had nothing to do with hair, I have
Mm-hmm.
learned my strength, and I grew as an individual, which in turn helps me with growing my business and how to network, how to promote, and how to brand my company and not so much just myself. Because
Yes.
sometimes, as a hairstylist or makeup artist, what we lose focus is we concentrate too much on what we can do, the individual person, right? We need to start thinking more business like.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to have a team of people around you to help you grow so you can become a brand. If that's the goal, which that's my goal, is to have the brand and grow my brand, where when XYZ I need to be here, I can send a
Yes.
team versus me all the time, because that's how you get burned out. If it's just you doing everything, it's okay to wear different hats, but sometimes it's also a good thing to let go and
Mm-hmm.
direct, right? Not so
Yes.
micromanage all the time. It helps balance things out.
Yes, management is a huge part of business. It's a huge part of business.
Yes.
And that's why I definitely think that, maybe taking a business course or reading up on business itself is good before you jump into entrepreneurship, no matter what field you're in. Because, like you
Yes.
said, you could get caught up in the craft of it all. Oh, I do
Mm-hmm.
hair so good, I do makeup so good, I design so well, but you know nothing about running a business
Exactly.
because you need to know how to manage. Like you said, what if
You do.
what if you can't be there with your staff? What's gonna happen?
Correct. Correct. So in this industry, You have to. It's good to have a staff. So I do have a staff that I work with, and but I also had to train them, not because they were not qualified when they came to work with me, but only because as a business owner and a brand, you know what you want your business to go and what your brand should represent. So therefore, the people that you work with, all of you have to be on the same page. So if I send somebody out, I know they're gonna give the same quality, right, and be professional like I will be if I was on the job with or without them. So it's about training, it's about trusting, and we kind of became a family. We are a family. That's we spend a lot of hours together, so can't help but become family with my team.
That's so good. Thank you so much for coming on to the show today, Miss Adodo.
You're welcome. Thank you, Kelly.
You're
Always
welcome.
fun with you.
Aw. Well, we definitely will like to speak more with you in the future. We've already had you on one episode before. You're actually a returning guest, and you did just as well this time as you did last time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any last words about your work with Africa International House before we go into our closing message?
Yes, I would definitely encourage everybody to come out this Saturday to enjoy African art and music and fashion show with us at the African Festival of Art. It's this Saturday, August 20th. And if you cannot make it this Saturday, definitely come and support September 3rd, Labor Day weekend. That's when we're going to have the African Festival of Art. And we're excited to see everybody there.
Yes, we definitely are excited to see you guys. Hopefully you guys can make it. If not to the gala, like she said, to the African Festival of Arts. So we're going to give you our closing message. For further information on the topics discussed today, you can check out Africa International House at www.aihusa.org, or you could also email info@aihusa.org. You can call 773-955-2787. Again, that would be www.aihusa.org, info@aihusa.org, or 773-955-2787. Also, for social media, you can check out Twitter at African Fest Chai, Facebook African Festival of the Arts, or Instagram AIH Chicago. All right, and as for the dates of the actual festival, they will be Labor Day weekend, September 2nd through the 5th, in historic Washington Park, and the gala will be this Saturday, August 20th. Thank you.